Ooh, a high level. I'm sorry. How strong is this shotgun right now? Holy crap. 352 damage. Oh, it's less than my lupara, which is frankly a word I've never heard before, but that's what I got. This one does have 30% more damage. It might be the pumped up version of that. I mean, not pumped up, but you know. Oopsie. I just mean to say that if I upgrade this thing, oh yeah, because the upgrades aren't in place, it might be more powerful. Hard to say. No, I wanted you to reload it. What are you, insane? No, how do I reload it? Oh. I don't know how to reload in this game, but I wasted 2 shots, so that's fun. Good job, me. I think the people upstairs might know I'm in this house now. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're gonna have a boss fight. Okay. How you doing? You're not resilient to poison like to blood like the other guy is. Okay. Okay. A lot of the goopiness is around right now. It's not a good time. We could just like get less of that real quick. There we go. It's about to be a much simpler fight in a second here. There we go. How you doing? Yeah? Having a good time? Oh, I went into it. Ow. Please stop being covered in goop. Ah, crap! I accidentally wasted it. So if you stun them and then you hit them like once, you lose it. You lose the opportunity.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
It's odd sometimes how the things that qualify as boss fights are just a normal enemy that's like 30% stronger or 30% longer hit points, really. Also, I've never seen this before. Yeah, we have. We totally did. Reid, we fought people like this like 10 times already. It's the whole zone. Did you forget? Did you, Mr. Reid, did you forget? Love letter. Darling, thank you for the precious perfume and fur coat. I can't wait to feel your hands on my shivering skin. For only you, my hero, can make me feel that desired. Please, come back to me soon, for I'm dying to press my timid bosom against your chest again. Yes, my beloved, my precious, come back to me, and I promise you a night of eternal and unbridled passion. Right now, I'm wearing nothing but your last gifts. Oh yes, I'm burning for you, and I can't wait for you to share my untamable lust. Your devoted Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
I wonder if that points to one of the other infection sources. Is that Doris's house? Alright, well I thought I might meet some of the new NPCs, but nope, that was just a couple of people I murdered the shit out of. How's the docs doing, by the way? Oh, the docs are healthy, you say? That's a kind of thing someone might say to get me curious about people that happen to be level 4. Maybe I get a little impatient with Mr. Booth Digby and just dig in. Wouldn't that be fun? And soon, Edwina, you might have your chance. Anyway, time to piece right back out. Boink. Oh wait, I opened that one gate. Oh well. It's probably not that important. But doink. Look at us with 11,000 experience. God, I had like 7,000 earlier. Getting so much experience from doing quests really, like I've said it before, but dear Lord, it nullifies the impact of actually killing people so much. Like, to an extent where you're like, but why bother? Like, why bother killing people and doing the vampire part of the vampire game if you get so much experience just from doing the main quests and never feeding on anyone? I'm gonna try again to find this damn house that I can't seem to find. Maybe they'll let me look at it now that I've checked out the Ascalon Club. But I'm not super confident about it. But yeah, I really am just killing people because I want to make myself do it. And it really feels like the game should be incentivizing me to do it. It's like a huge misstep because I'm supposed to be a vampire cursed with this horrible affliction where I have to feed on my fellow man. What a tragedy. What a horrible thing. This insatiable bloodlust of this immortal being. But like, there's no bloodlust at all. They force you to kill your sister before you even get a chance to play the game. And then after that, we never, ever, 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 ever have to do it again. Unless there's some future spot I don't know about. Well, I can't get there as far as I can tell, but maybe now that I have level 4 mesmerization, now I can get into this house.
Hello again, Venus.
Jonathan, you're still up.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. At least
Of course.
the Great War. I feared the worst.
Ooh, you're very affluent. Can't wait to rob everything. Oh man, we're so rich, we just leave money on the table. Just a big old pile of money, just to remind ourselves how much money we have. I like to look at it sometimes by the firelight.
I know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Don't mind me, I'm just looting the shit out of your house. Video games. They just leave so much money sitting around in piles. Because they're rich, get it? That's what rich people do, is they look at their bags of money and they're like, look at how much money we have.
With her husband and son.
Sometimes I just count it to feel superior to the others. My favorite part is how much there is. Now I'm just in their bedroom. And they don't care. I mean, it'd mesmerize her, to be fair. Oh my god, there's so many things to go into. Yay. Venus's journal. 19th of July, 1918. I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He is back from the war, alive and unharmed. He will be at home in 2 weeks. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see my beloved husband again. 14th August. Clarence's attitude still worries me. He is not the same since he came back. The first few weeks, I thought it was just the necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seems to be more and more erratic. Nowadays, he spends all his time outside, day and night, searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu. He does not care about me. He is starting to frighten me. 21st of September. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half of his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. People are starting to laugh at me. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in a recently closed theater. to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he lost his mind over there. 24th. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half his pension at all, but all of it. Plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said. But it is a cost we must pay. People only openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. The 5th of October. Today, the butcher, Mr. Galway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me he now demands to be paid each time we buy some meat from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same thing 2 days ago. First, I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions of the epidemic. But it seems my friends still have financial arrangements from the same shop. I was so ashamed I could not speak. The 8th of October. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He is spending all the money we have, and I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Oh. Wait, doesn't she not work? Isn't she... Oh no. Isn't she an unemployed person who just works, that it just benefits from the fact that her husband was well-to-do, and now she wishes that he didn't come back so she could just be a successful widow and never have to do anything, and just... Yeah, that's a little... Oof. If she's working, then it's like, oh no, he's spending her money, but if she's not working, then it's like, well, it is his money, and it's really fucked up that you wish that he died at the war so you could just keep it all. Do vampires have allies among the living? Yes, they do. They call themselves the Brotherhood. They say they're immortal masters. They serve their immortal masters in many ways, probably in exchange for privileges and knowledge. Somewhere in London is the seat of their power, where their secret council conspire against us. I call it the Lost Library. It is a place where these traitors gather many occult and lost books. I personally offer £1,000 to the first who can give me the proof of their existence of this library and its exact location. Clarence Crossley. Clarence? You've been naughty, Clarence. Can I sleep in their bed? It'd be really funny if it let me do that. I bet that I can totally teleport across that balcony, and that's how I get to where I'm trying to go. But first, we're going to want to talk to the local. You know, so we meet everybody. It's our chance.
Such a beautiful family.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Ghosts and chimeras. They're called vampires, Venus. You never pay attention, Venus.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Your supposed indignance about how hard it was to be somebody that might become a widow is kind of undercut by you saying that sometimes you wish you were a widow.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but, you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
It was so hard because I just was living with years of wonder that could it be? Will I get to live with all of his money just for me?
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with vampires.
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt. I was so relieved to have him back. But I quickly realized he'd lost his mind in France.
I understand your irritation, Venus, but you have to accept the trauma Clarence endured on the battlefield.
The question is simple, Jonathan. Is my husband mad? Yes or no? Do vampires exist? Or is Clarence a lunatic?
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary, bless her soul, had tried to convince you of the existence of bloody vampires, would you have believed her? Seriously?
Oh my god, the irony is so dense that it's impenetrable. It's actually like a solid diamond of irony.
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan. He should have told me the horrors he witnessed, however appalling it was, instead of inventing a fantasy about blood-drinking monsters.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor and forced to sell the house. Where will we go? In which filthy, infected part of town will we end up? I'm so afraid.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
You know that you are always welcome here.
Admittedly, the underpinnings of "I will die in this plague" do like somewhat curb the money grabby nature of the dialogue, but still, it's just like it's kind of a fuck. It's just fucked up that she said that. I can't walk on that balcony because that door's in the way, but I can teleport. Emily, are you home?
Invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign.
Okay, so they're
No sign of a
explicitly.
struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Have they? I'm trying to remember. Have they ever explicitly, like, have they ever referenced the whole need an invitation to enter a house thing that explicitly in this game?
Blood. I should follow the trail.
That was like, he straight up referenced that being a rule of vampires just now, so that is a thing. He needs to be invited, which is like, the fact that you can just mesmerize people kind of defeats the purpose of the invitation rule anyway, but whatever. But I guess the fact that I was able to go in without invitation means that nobody's home, I guess, is what he's getting at. Emily's love letter. 5th of November, 1918. My dear Jacques, I can't wait to see you again. Tonight? Tomorrow? I can hardly wait. Since we kissed on the bridge while the moon was so bright in the night sky, I want to feel your teeth again on my lips. Oh, the excruciating pain of your sweet bite on my neck. You devil, you. For the longest second ever, I feared you were going to kill me right there on the bridge, in the middle of the night. But no, my dear Jock. You remained the delicate fiancé I know you are. And you were only teasing me. I can't wait to drink your blood, for good this time, and come back to my sweet friend Charlotte as an immortal, to play with her a little first, of course, like you taught me how to play with mortals, and then I'll turn her into one of us too, and we will rule the Knights of London and cleanse this city of its impure souls. Faithfully always, Emily.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
So Emily seemed to find her own end for becoming a vampire. Was Jacques somebody that she knew already, or somebody that she got all engaged with because of the vampireness and hunting to become a vampire, is the question. We're going this way? Yep. That blood wasn't there before. Oh, there's a lot of it now. Guess I'll keep going. Excuse me, I don't want to fight you guys. Oh. Oh, is that Jacques? Hey, you. That doesn't look good.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own games.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last wedding coat.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
And he will not go. Welp, that didn't pan out. Turns out Emily died from trying to become a vampire. That's a new variable, something that I don't know Charlotte even knows. This idea that blood can be rejected, apparently. There's a weird detail there. Normally when I use a blue thing, though, it forces them to admit themselves, but I use the blue option to say that I believe you, which is a weird implementation of that. I wonder if Emily knows, if Charlotte knows that you can just die from the process because of it just rejecting you. Who's that? Clarence. I actually might have new dialogue for you.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Do you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence? Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important. Not important when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear Venus cannot understand.
People will laugh at you, if they don't already. Think about your wife and your position. Think about your future.
I understand my wife's embarrassment, but gossips don't kill, vampires do. There'll be no future if people don't open their eyes.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank, I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
I do wonder how consistently some of these people are like on the money with the stuff. Am I gonna have to fight a gang of children that are all vampire children?
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure to become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Whoa!
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
That's my first big ol'... That's 450 experience. Come on, half the people in this game are only worth 1,000 to 2,000 experience when you consume their entire life. And like me being like, I found Emily, is like worth 450? I just talked to a couple. I talked to one guy after reading a diary. I didn't even fight. It's just really weird. This game has a really out of whack reward system that undercuts its entire point, which is odd. Also, they're like, we're the rich people, we're better, and we're going to just wall them off and let them all die out there. And like, they're less healthy than 2 of the other regions. It's really not a good look for them, is it? Just doesn't seem like they know what they're talking about. My first ever like let's call it legendary level item, I guess. And I just got it as a reward. I didn't even have to like buy it or anything. And it has all of its, I can still do all these upgrades. Well, if I get aluminum parts. Decrease stamina consumption, decrease stamina consumption. Then you can add 6 stun points to make it go up to 41. Or you can just keep decreasing stamina consumption until it's reduced by 40%, which is a lot. It probably costs like 16 stamina to swing at that point. But that cap of 41, how does that compare? No, it's pretty good. This thing only has a stun of 24. I can add 3 more to make it 27. But that would still give the other one an edge of 14. So it's still like 50% better. Yeah. There's clear upsides to having a proper stake on hand. Still, though, it's really efficient to do a bunch of damage to enemies while also eating away at their stun meter, then getting one feed off, and then finishing them off with another attack, or maybe, or rather commonly lately, they just die from the actual bite perfectly. Like, it is really nice having the two coupled together, so it is not lost on me how nice that is. Can I upgrade you yet? I can. Let's do that. Let's go home. Oh wait, the front door's over here. I'm gonna have a badass weapon. Feel a little undercut by the fact that they gave me a higher level one right before I was gonna get the upgrade done myself. Now I feel all ripped off. Get it? Yes. It's a lot. Then the choice is more stun or more damage. I can change my mind. It's tempting. That's 40% more damage. But it would reduce my attack a lot. This last one's a different material than the other ones. Let's see, I have tons of these, so I could change my mind if I want to. But I can't do this one at all. I'm a little undecided. It's a lot of bonus damage potentially, but at the cost of being able to feed off of people correctly, and if the balance is lost, it could go real bad for me. And I'll just like never have any more blood. Maybe I'll hold off on that decision for now. For now, I've just made the thing stronger. Directly. It's got that going for it. Now it's just the perfect mace. It's a bit presumptive to just claim that about itself, but okay. There we go, guys. I have the perfect mace now. GG.